Leslie with our second edition of the library's Try This. Today we are trying repurposing finger puppets. So Try This is a segment where we take a collection of the library and we try something new. So this time around we are going to try our hand at some beginner sewing, and we're going to make some finger puppets and some really fun no-sew crafts. If you didn't see our very first Try This video, we experimented with the Instant Pot and we made spaghetti.
And it was delicious.
It turned out really great, so we're happy to be back. We're going to try something new today. So we have a book here called Repurpose It. Invent New Uses for Old Stuff. And it's written by Tammy Enns. So that is what we're going to try to do today. We're going to create something new out of something old. And we happen to have these two mismatched gloves here. I think it's time we should do a craft and see what we can make out of one lonely glove.
I agree.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Okay, so what are we going to make out of our finger gloves?
I think we're going to try to make one of these little finger puppet gnomes. This little guy right here.
That is so cute.
All right, so for today's little craft, Try This, you're going to need, of course, a lone glove, a little bit of polyfill if you have some, cotton ball or any sort of material like that will work, and a cotton ball for a beard, a bell, or something for the end of the hat, and we have little pom-poms for the nose. Thank you.
And you will need scissors, and we are going to use some hot glue. So this is a no-sew gnome. All right.
Let's get started.
The first thing we need to do is cut off one of the fingers of the glove. So you're going to cut it off right across there.
So Shannon and I are going to cut two fingers because we're
going to share.
Yes. So you need two fingers in order to hat and the body. So this little guy here, see, has a gray hat and a red body.
So if you only had one single glove, it is totally fine if they're the same color. But because we each have one, we are going to share. Thank you.
Okay, so first things first, my hat's going to be, I'm going to make one just like this. So my hat's going to be gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the tip of the finger of my glove so that it's open all the way through, like that.
I'm going to make one with a red hat, so I'm going to make the opposite. So I need to trim the red piece of glove. I'm going to trim off just the very tip here. There we go. I have a through as well.
Okay. And then what you do is you can bunch it, and you're going to take a drop of glue and you're going to put it inside of that hole right there. And you're just going to bunch it together. Be very careful, the glue's very hot. Maybe get a parent to help you. Pinched together like that for the top of your hat. And then we set that part aside.
Okay.
All right, what's next, Shannon?
So to make the body, so because it's a finger puppet, this is going to be the body piece. So that's what goes over top. And now you can take a little bit of polyfill, you can use a little bit of cotton ball, just a tiny bit, and you're going to put it all the way to the tip of the finger. You don't need very much, they fill up very quickly.
Definitely.
So this will sort of fill out your gnome's head and help keep the hat on. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so next we're going to glue the gnome's hat to his little head. So what you want to do is you want to flip your hat over, and you're just going to put glue around the outside there.
just along the edge of your hat here. Again, we're always being safe with hot glue and scissors.
So you want to make sure that it goes on all the way. Stick it down.
All right, these are turning out really nice.
You sure are. Okay. Well, next, I think that we probably need a nose and a beard.
I think so. So we have these little tiny pom-poms here that we're going to use as the nose. And you're going to tuck it just where your hat meets the body. So you're going to glue it right on the edge.
A little dab of glue. And put that right on there.
There we go. They are turning out so great. All right. Should we do the beard?
I think so.
Alrighty, so this is part of a cotton ball. So this is just a regular cotton ball. And some of them you can unroll them quite nicely. So I unrolled them. And you're going to cut a piece off to make the beard. You can always trim the beard later. Okay, so once you have a piece of cotton, you're going to put some glue just around the nose, and then you're going to tuck your cotton beard all up beside it.
Almost like a smile under his nose there.
There you go. The beard on my gnome is as big as the body, so I might trim it a little bit thinner or give it some shape there. And cotton makes a really fun texture as well for a beard. All right, so far. There's no wrong way to ever make a craft. Oh, I love that. That looks great. I have a very full beard. I love this. Full beard. All right, finishing touches, I think.
Yes, I think we're going to put the bell on the hat. But like this little guy here, we're going to have a fold over on the hat. So what you want to do is just find where your hat folds the best. So mine's going to fold right in there. And I'm going to put some glue right in this seam here and then hold it down to make it stick. Just a dot of glue there. You have to hold it for about a minute, maybe, not quite, until that glue dries. Hot glue doesn't take very long to dry generally. It's pretty quick.
You could turn your gnome into one wearing a toque as well. You could leave it straight up and down. However you want to make your finger puppet.
Cute. They're so cute. Mine still needs a bit of beard trimming. So there's a dangly piece down here. All the glue's dry in there. All right, and the last step, Shannon?
We are going to add a bell right to the edge and the hat there. You could add a pom-pom. You could tie a thread around it and make a bow. We have some bells, so we're going to hot glue right inside the end of the hat there.
And there you are.
And there
Little
you have
gnome
it.
finger puppets.
They turned out so great. What a quick and easy craft. And you could turn your old gloves into any kind of finger puppet. So it's a really easy way just to use a finger that's already made off of a pair of gloves. And you can make one of these yourself.
Yes. Well, that was a fun way to repurpose some gloves that didn't have pairs.
It really is, and they turned out quite cute. I would love to make a whole set of finger puppets using that method.
For sure. So there's lots of other things that you can definitely make and repurpose. Like if you had an old sock and some foam, you could make yourself a dragon.
Very nice. I have a puppet here. It's a fox puppet, which was repurposed from an old oven mitt.
That is awesome.
And it has some felt details added to it. So these other puppets that you see here, these are all made out of felt. And this book, Let's Get Crafty with Fabric and Felt, has a lot of really fun ideas that you could do. So these puppets, the frog, the bunny, and the cat, and all the finger puppet fish, they are made out of felt and they are sewn around the edge. But if you're not quite ready to sew, or you're more comfortable with hot glue or just using regular glue, you can definitely start there.
For sure.
So this book has all the patterns as well. So in the very back, it has all the patterns that you need to make the crafts that are inside this book. And you can find all of these titles in our catalog at ocl.net.
Now, if you are comfortable sewing or you want to learn how to sew, this book here, Let's Sew, inside actually gives you a little tutorial step-by-step on a running stitch. So how to stitch things, how to thread the needle, and to sew them in there. So it's also an excellent book in our catalog.
That's a really great beginner book. So these three titles are all junior nonfiction. And you can find them, this one is in 746, this one's 600.
This is 646 in the J section.
So those are some great resources for kids or some beginners. They're not just for kids. And back here, these are some craft books that are in the adult nonfiction section. And these are books on how to make puppets. So these are very intricate puppets using a variety of materials. And they also include all the resources at the back, as well as the patterns.
There you go, Mom and Dad. Fun to do with the kids, for the kids. Well,
That was a very fun try this.
it was.
I don't think I've ever made a finger puppet before, and I love being able to repurpose something. You can recycle things. You're going through your closet and you find some clothing or you can turn into fabric. You can make a lot of really fun crafts as well.
Definitely. Until next time.
Thank you for joining us today for our Try This. Stay tuned for more fun to come. Bye.
Bye.